Hey there everyone, it's Thakard and welcome back to the Blueberry series, a series designed to help new players with game mechanics, tactics, and strategies in Heroes and Generals. So, recently we've started up a new set of videos about LMGs, and last week we covered the German LMGs. This week we're covering the Soviet LMGs. So that means we're going to be talking about the DP-28, the DT-29, and the MT. And just like last week, I've taken all that information on the updated wiki and I've put it all in one spot, so it's a lot easier for you to look at things and compare them between the different LMGs. So, let's see how they all compare today. First, we're going to go over the requirements and the pricing for these weapons. The DP-28 is unlocked at Infantry Assault Level 7. It costs 120,000 credits or 1,450 gold. The captured variant costs 845,000 credits or 3,800 gold. The DT-29 is unlocked at LMG Assault Level 5. It costs 200,000 credits or 2,400 gold, and its captured variant costs 1,150,000 credits or 4,800 gold. Lastly, the MT is unlocked at LMG Assault Level 12 for 350,000 credits or 4,200 gold, with the captured version being 1,391,000 credits or 6,800 gold. The captured versions are all unlocked at level 9 of the weapon that you're trying to unlock. Now, let's get started on the statistics for these weapons. The DP-28 does 35 damage at 61 meters, and it does 28 damage at 329 meters. It has a rate of fire of 550 rounds per minute, a magazine size of 47 rounds, and it takes you 5.7 seconds to reload that magazine. It requires 6 equipment points to equip, has a maintenance load of 30 seconds, and a cost per shot of 0.16 credits. The DT-29 does 35 damage at 61 meters, it does 28 damage at 329 meters, it has a rate of fire of 600 rounds per minute with a magazine size of 63, and this takes you 5.7 seconds to reload. It takes 7 equipment points to equip, has a maintenance load of 35 seconds, and a cost per shot of 0.22 credits. Lastly, the MT does 39 damage at 66 meters, 26 damage at 350 meters, at 600 rounds per minute. The magazine size is 100 rounds and it will take you 7 seconds to reload it. It will take 7 equipment points to equip it, it has a maintenance load of 40 seconds, and a cost per shot of 0.22 credits. The big winner for this screen is the DT-29. It does the same damage as the DP-28 at the same ranges, but it has a higher rate of fire by 50 rounds per minute, and it has 16 more bullets. This is at the cost of 1 additional equipment point, 5 seconds worth of maintenance load, and just 0.06 more credits per shot. The MT does do more damage in the near ranges and has a larger magazine size, but it has the same rate of fire, it takes 1.3 seconds longer to reload, and it has 5 seconds more maintenance load. The time to kill is broken down into near and far ranges for bronze, silver, and gold heavy set. The DP-28 has a time to kill at near and unarmored of 219 milliseconds. For bronze, silver, and gold at near ranges, it's 328 milliseconds. For far unarmored, 328 milliseconds. For bronze at far, 328 milliseconds, and 437 milliseconds for the far range for both silver and gold. The TTK for the DT-29 at near and unarmored is 200 milliseconds. For bronze, silver, and gold at near ranges, it's 300 milliseconds. Its far range with unarmored targets is 300 milliseconds as well as bronze. It has 400 milliseconds for both silver and gold for the far ranges. The MT has a time to kill of 200 milliseconds in the near range for unarmored, bronze, and silver heavyset. When you get to gold heavyset, the time to kill increases to 300 milliseconds. The MT at the far range has 400 milliseconds worth of kill time for all targets, no matter if they are armored or unarmored. This screen, the MT, really looks good. It has a faster time to kill for bronze and silver at the near ranges, and faster times to kill for unarmored and bronze at the far ranges. Now we're getting into our accuracy statistics, which is once again all in degrees. The DP28 has a Conefire of 0.5 degrees, with upward camera recoil of 1.2 degrees, rightward camera recoil of 0.25 degrees, and a recoil variance of 0.13 degrees. The DT29 has a Conefire of 0.35 degrees, an upward recoil of 1.1 degrees, a rightward recoil of 0.3 degrees, and a recoil variance of 0.11 degrees. And the MT has a Conefire of 0.25 degrees, an upward camera recoil of 1.7 degrees, a rightward recoil of 0.4 degrees, and a recoil variance of 0.15. The DT29 here is very good when it comes to camera recoil. It has less recoil than either of the other machine guns we're looking at. In comparison to the assault rifles, it actually has 0.8 degrees less upward camera recoil than the AVS does. The MT here has a much lower Conefire than the other machine guns, and it's actually the same Conefire as the AVS, which means it's pretty accurate with that first shot. It also has less upward recoil than the AVS as well. Here we have the sway statistics for the weapons, starting with the DP28. It has a standing sway of 1.82 degrees, a crouch sway of 1.0 degrees, and a prone sway of 0.86 degrees. The movement sway is 4.4 degrees, and the fatigue is 7.0. The DT29 has a standing sway of 2.5 degrees, crouched of 1.21 degrees, and a prone of 0.6 degrees. When moving, you have a sway of 5.0 degrees, and when you're fatigued, you have a sway of 8.0 degrees. The MT has a standing sway of 4.0 degrees, with a crouch sway of 1.45 degrees, a prone of 0.45 degrees. When you're moving, it has a 5.5 degree sway with the 8.0 degree sway for fatigue. I finally get to highlight the DP28 because it has really nice standing sway, much less than either of the other two machine guns. That being said, it kind of loses that crown when it comes to being crouched. That definitely goes to the DT29. And then when you go prone, it's the MT that's king. Looking at our precision stats, the DP28 has an aiming modifier of 0.32. It has a cone expansion per shot of 0.3 degrees. It has a cone expansion when turning of 0.18 degrees. And the contraction per second is 1.0 degrees. For the DT29, we have an aiming modifier of 0.4, a cone expansion per shot of 0.4 degrees, a cone expansion when you're turning of 0.25 degrees, and a cone contraction per second of 0.9. And the MT has an aiming modifier of 0.35, a cone expansion per shot of 0.35 degrees, a cone expansion while turning of 0.26 degrees, and a cone contraction per second of 0.9 degrees. The MT here is actually quite nice. Its aiming modifier falls between the DP28 and the DT29, as does its cone expansion per shot. Alright everyone, that was the Soviet LMGs. Now, no, some of you are probably going, Thakard, which one is your favorite? And that's actually changed over the last 6 months or so. Previously, it was a DP28. But I've started to like it less and less. It's kind of an MG13, but it has much worse vision around it because of that large magazine sitting right on top of the gun. So I think now definitely my favorite is the DT29. Now that still has the giant drum on top, but it has more control, it has faster rate of fire. The sight on it I actually like better, even though it's big and monstrous and ugly. And it has several extra rounds. Was it 16 extra rounds? That means you can engage 2 to 3 more targets if you need to. Now the MT has 100 rounds, but it still just has the same rate of fire. And it is much more unwieldy to use in closer situations. So I think here the DT is the big winner. Next week, we're going to be covering the US LMGs. So until then, you all have a wonderful time in game. If you enjoyed or disliked this video, I do hope you comment on it and give it a thumbs up or down. If you want to see new videos, please hit the subscribe button, and to be notified of new content when it comes out, hit the notification bell. But for now, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day, and don't forget to bring it no matter what you do. And I will see you guys in the next video.